So if you're over 40, you're going to want something that's practical, right? You want something that's versatile, and you don't want to be thinking that you're wearing something that looks like you're going to a club. Okay. So I like that this was that perfect kind of balance. And, also not too, it was just looking more casual, and it makes it a little more versatile in terms of like being able to wear it for different situations. Faux leather shorts. So you may think that you can't wear leather shorts as a woman who is mid-size. You may think that also you can't like style them. So first you're like, first I can't wear them, and then the second part is you may feel like you can't style them. So I'm here to tell you that is not true. There's ways you can style faux leather shorts. I think it depends on the quality you get and the sizing and the fit. So I'm going to get into all of those things. And on top of that, if you're over 40, you might feel like you can't wear them. Maybe you're thinking that it's a little too much. It's not. So we're going to get into all of that. And everything I talk about will be in the show notes for this episode on livebyviv.com. So it'll be linked for you guys in the comments. And for the video cast, it'll be linked in the comments or linked in the show notes for you guys. Okay, so first, let's talk about why you shouldn't skip faux leather shorts. So you might think you can't wear them. You might think they're maybe a little too like youthful. And one of the things I think for me as a blogger, and I've mentioned this before, is I try to go with styles that may challenge me a little bit, right? I try to go out of my comfort zone and wear things that, usually wouldn't be something that I would wear. So I try trends. I try to kind of push the envelope a little bit, but I try to do it in a way that's going to work for my actual style. So finding faux leather shorts was a journey. It was really difficult. So I had to do a lot of return and buy. I had to go up and down in sizes, and I had to do that a few rounds to get these faux leather shorts. And so one of the things I do when I shop Amazon is that I will kind of filter the reviews by weight. So I feel like that's super, super helpful because sometimes the sizing it doesn't tell the full story. So what I'll do is I'll go on Amazon and then I'll press the little tab to filter by weight. And then I'm able to find, what other women have experienced with the same item. And it'll let me know if I have to size up or size down. And so this is especially helpful for some of these items that are different. So faux leather shorts kind of fall in that different category. So that is what I did. And so after a few rounds of returning and buying, I found this pair. And also, I love this pair so much that I actually went and got a second pair when I dropped weight. So if you've been following me for a while, I've been on a fitness journey. So I lost weight. And one of the challenges with that, although there's a lot of benefits to weight loss, and I talked about this in another episode, pros and cons of weight loss, is that the clothes you love, you have to get rid of if they don't fit properly anymore. So I love these shorts so much that I went and got an additional pair. That's what I love about Amazon, that you can go and like refill the items because a lot of items continue to be in stock. Not just one season, but it could be a couple years and you can still find the same items for the most part. Okay, so that's what I did. I went and got an additional pair of these shorts because I love them so much. So let's talk about, why I like these shorts and what were the different kind of elements of these shorts that worked to kind of pull off a faux leather, style. All right. And I have some sizing tips for you guys when you go to the show notes or the post. So with the shorts I got them in an XL. And like the sweater I'm wearing it with is an XL, and trench coat is a size medium, sheer tights and all that. I have all the sizing information for you guys. Okay, so let's get into it. So what set these shorts apart from others was that they're a paper bag style. So if you've done a paper bag style before, or you worn a paper bag style before, that means that they're high-waisted, and that means it's going to create a really nice silhouette, and it's going to create that hourglass silhouette that we love. I mean, at least I love. and really works with curves, and they can be cinched in at the waist. So they're not going to be too tight or, feeling like restrictive. So to continue, I loved that these were paper bag style because that's like a little kind of edgy, I mean, not edgier, but kind of a more casual style, playing off like more of that, just you cinch in the waist, elastic waist, no zipper, that sort of thing. And then you have this faux leather. So that's not a, kind of casual style. So I love that combination. And I really liked how the how can I say this? Since there's no zippers and all that and it's stretchy, I felt like that was more size inclusive. Okay. So that was the other thing I was really into with the shorts. So I had a 2XL, the highest sizing when I was a few sizes up, and it worked for me. So I just went a size down, and that was perfect after I lost some weight. So having the paper bag waist and the faux leather, and I liked where it hits too. It's not going too high up, so I feel like that makes it not a very versatile piece if it's like, hitting really, really high up. So I really like that. So if you're over 40, you're going to want something that's practical, right? You want something that's versatile, and you don't want to be thinking that you're wearing something that looks like you're going to a club. Okay. So I like that this was that perfect kind of balance. And, also not too, it was just looking more casual, and it makes it a little more versatile in terms of like being able to wear it for different situations. So I wore it on the weekend during the day to go to lunch. And this is how I styled it. Okay. So the first thing I did with this faux leather shorts is, again, I like that it was paper bag waist, so it's a little more casual, but then you have the faux leather there. So that's a little more edgy, right? So what I did is I combined it with a basic crew neck sweater, from Amazon Essentials. I think that's the line. Just a simple crew neck sweater, a classic piece that you could wear over and over again in kind of a beige color. So we have the black shorts, then the beige sweater. Super, super simple. Let's make sure my mic's still okay. Super simple. If you got watching the video, I just like hit the mic with all my hand movements. I gotta leave my hands out of the mix right now. Anyway, so I like that. And then you have the kind of soft fabric, the texture of the sweater up against the faux leather. Thought it was perfect. And just more of a little elevated kind of chic vibe. I don't look like, you can't say it's like a certain trend. It's not like I'm wearing something that's going to compete with the shorts. Next piece was a classic trench coat. So again, you have the edginess of the faux leather shorts, and then you have the classic vibe of the trench coat. Love, love, love this. And so you're getting these layers, visual interest, and also warmth. So you can't go wrong with having like a classic trench coat and kind of that, cream beige color. Perfect. The one I got runs a little large, or runs bigger. So I got a size medium. So far that's all. Well, I think everything's from Amazon, and that's from Amazon from the drop. Okay. Next up, because it's the winter, right? We got to be in reality. And I also want to continue to have coverage with this outfit so that it makes it more versatile. And it's just, yeah, it's cold. So I went with some tights. I went with sheer tights because I wanted to not have like where my leg looks like one thing. I wanted to be able to show the contrast of the tights with the shorts. So sheer tights is what I went with, and they're also from Amazon. My deal with sheer tights is I will keep an additional little pair of tights in my bag if I wear sheer ones, because they can run pretty easily. So that's just something to keep in mind, that can be an issue. So we're wanting to make sure we have a backup plan, because that can happen with your sheer tights. Okay, but I really like that. And then these were good. They were, sheer, and then I felt like I was warm. Okay, next up, what I did was I went with boots. So I had some knee-high boots that are really comfortable. I have them in like 3 or 4 different colors, also from Amazon. The heel's not too high, comfortable to walk in. I mean, just checking off all of the boxes. These boots are so good. I could wear them to work too. And they're not looking too like edgy. So again, perfect, like a classic knee-high boot in black. And that just, kind of tied the outfit together. I was feeling a little like Matrix. Oh, the trench, by the way, the trench was black. I think I misspoke and said like a cream color, but it was a black trench coat. So I was feeling little Matrix vibes with this outfit, feeling like a boss with it. Then I added a belt too to kind of elevate the outfit, tie it together, have a little gold buckle detail. Super simple. Jewelry simple, makeup super simple. So nothing is competing with the shorts and everything looks like it's very intentional. Why should a woman over 40 wear faux leather shorts? Okay, I think I've mentioned before on the podcast, I'm 48 right now. So at the time that you hear this podcast, I'm or watch it, I'm 48. And I started my blog when I turned 40. So I've been at the game 8.5, wait, yeah, because I'll be 49 in June. So 8.5 years. And I'm here to tell you, you can wear what you want. I think the key is look at fit, look at the quality of the item, and then make sure you kind of figure out your signature style so the item kind of that's kind of works with what you already own. I think that's the key. And then that way you kind of can weave in these things that are a little different, a little more bold. You can have more fun with your style, but nobody's going to care if you're wearing something that's a little more, out there. I think the main thing is make sure it fits. So don't be afraid to go up a size if you need to or go down a size. Just because no one can tell the size of the item, right? They can't tell the tag, but they can tell if something doesn't fit. So that would be my advice. And then also, when you're going with like faux leather or anything a little more edgy, a little more kind of seeming a bit on like trend, my advice would be make sure the item is of quality because you can afford it now. Now we're in our 40s, we can afford it. Right? As opposed to before, it's like, well, I'm gonna go cheap because whatever. So I don't spend money on something trendy, like a lot of money, but I'm gonna spend for quality because A, it's gonna feel better on my body, and then B, it's gonna look better and it's gonna last longer. That's C. So that's what I would be thinking about if you're gonna try something different or something a little kind of, a little more considered out there. But your age shouldn't be the factor. You actually probably are at an advantage if you're older because you're just more familiar with what you like and don't like. You have a wealth of years, you have decades of where you've maybe tried different styles and you kind of know what are the things you like most. And I've mentioned, I think this before that, or I'm not sure if I mentioned on the podcast, but I've mentioned in my content that the styles I am drawn to. Oh, I know where I mentioned it. I mentioned lives. Okay. So styles that I'm drawn to or I kind of go back to all kind of circle back to my college years. And that's when I think I was kind of figuring out what I really like to wear, that kind of sort of thing. And so I go back to those items that really worked well for me in college. So if you notice, I'm wearing a lot of flares. I loved flares in college. V-neck tees, wearing that right now if you're watching the video podcast of this episode. So just go with the things that you've been drawn to over the years. Use that experience of being a woman over 40. So you kind of have that unfair advantage, right? As opposed to someone who's on the younger bracket, younger end, they're still figuring things out. You already know exactly what you like and do not like. So in terms of care for your faux leather shorts, I would just spot clean. If you do need to wash them, I would do just, hand wash and then hang and not put like direct heat exposure. Also, I think be careful with any items that are like sharp that you might like if you have any bracelets or things like or earrings, just be mindful of that because you could cut through the fabric. So I would keep that in mind. So we're going to summarize styling tips for faux leather shorts. First thing, I went with the paper bag waist. That's what this style is for these shorts, and it looks fantastic. Super comfortable. You know what I didn't mention? These shorts have pockets and drawstring. Game changer. Okay. And then I went with the fitted crew neck sweater. Super simple, classic. Another classic was the trench coat in black, size medium. And then I did sheer tights. The sheer tights, I think, give you the warmth and also, but you still have the contrast of the faux leather and the tights because it's not opaque. So it doesn't look like you're one, like one line. Knee-high boots that are classic and comfortable. And then I went with a statement belt that was really simple, but just kind of elevated the outfit. Simple jewelry and makeup, super simple, super, 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 super simple. So that all of this stuff put together doesn't compete with these shorts. All right, so there you have it. You can wear faux leather shorts, be over 40 and not look ridiculous, and be mid-size. Okay, that's a lot of folks. So you can do that, and you can check out all of these items on the show notes for this podcast, and you can shop them there on livebyviv.com, and that's pretty much it.